We're back here on the platform this evening, and right now we are speaking with Bianca Nygard, who is the daughter of Peter Nygard. And Bianca, it's been quite a week.
Oh yeah, it has.
You've been getting quite a number of calls and testimonials over this last over the last few days about your father. Yeah?
Well, it's been really nice, actually, Mr. Jones. It's been wonderful to see who is reaching out and who is sending me these emails and calling and making sure we're okay. You know, it's I think it's really important to be there when it counts and it matters most, and you always consider who it is that's rising to the occasion to support you when you're down, you know, and it's just been overwhelming to see who comes out of the woodworks now and says, we are behind you 100%, we love you, you know, you got our support. It's wonderful.
He's a popular man, Peter Nygard in the Bahamas. And so you have a whole lot of people who are expressing disappointment on how he's been treated, eh?
Yes, that's right. And I can't wait for everything to sort itself out, you know, and I think that in the beginning, you know, you hear some stuff like this and people might want to pass on the gossip because it's kind of like a soap opera. What's going to happen next is this crazy movie type thing. And people kind of tend to pass on these rumors and forget about the fact that it's our life. You know, it's affecting some people when you do that. So as, you know, the first newspapers were saying one thing and then things showed different, and my dad's name is clearing like how we said it would be. And I think it's happening for a reason. It's nice to have this all kind of laid out on the table. Let's come to some conclusions. Let's find out about what my dad's been doing on this island or what the neighbor's been doing on this island. Let's try to make some kind of answers now in this situation.
And he's been here over 40 years.
Yeah.
Built quite a number, well, at least 2 residences in the country.
Right, he has. Well, he always just loved the Bahamas, you know. I love the Bahamas too because of what my dad made my life here to be like, you know, and I had my children here and everything, you know, and I just remember him always going around the world and speaking so highly of the Bahamas, of Bahamians, and really enjoying the Bahamas, being out on the waters, you know, building his home so that it's outdoor, indoor, and you always get to enjoy your environment, always being a part of the culture. And then, you know, as I grew up, I knew my dad's friends as kind of like my fathers, you know, and then come to find out they're all the biggest legends in the Bahamas, you know. No wonder he loves it here so much to have like King Eric, his best friends, Peanut Taylor, Chippy Chipman. All these guys are like my fathers because they're such buddies with my dad, you know, and we always went to the fire dancing and did all kinds of things, and he just has such a love for the Bahamas.
So he immersed himself with the ordinary Bahamians.
I mean, I don't know how it all happened, but this is where out of anywhere in the whole world and he traveled the world, he just fell in love with here, and he was like, I need to be here. I need to make this my home.
I understand your grandmother also lived here for a little while.
Yes, my grandma and my grandfather, my mom, everybody.
Right?
Everybody's been here. This is, and you know, when I left here with my mom, I just couldn't wait to get back here, to move here. This was it, you know, and then my dad's dream was to build that home, and he said, you know, he drew it out on the land for me. He told me what he was imagining was going to happen, and then it did actually happen. You know, it was wonderful to be a part of that. He actually picked out all the palm trees that were there. He drove the crane, he planted them. This was his, like, he did this. He hands-on did it, you know? And it's such a nice story because who thinks of, you know, maybe when you're a child, you think of, I'm gonna grow up and I'm gonna make this house, and you don't really actually follow your dreams like this. And this is a true story of that, somebody that actually followed their dreams and made it happen and created an environment like that actually when he built it, is when you build it, they will come kind of a thing, right? So everybody came, and all kinds of TV shows wanted to do stories on it, and everybody wanted to be there, you know, and he wanted everybody there. He welcomed it. He was happy. It's his home. He made it. He was, you know, proud of his accomplishments too, and to show it off. And also, he was promoting the Bahamas. It was a big promotion for the Bahamas. It's always been like that.
We have a clip on some of the things, some of the activities at Nygard Key, and so that our viewers can get a better appreciation of what it used to be before the fire.
Before the fire, right. Yeah, there used to be a lot of bedrooms. There used to be a nice grand hall and a disco and stuff. All of that's been burnt down. That's all gone now, but it is nice to look at these videos.
Very good. Let's take a look at it now, if our producer can just run the first video that we have here.
Okay.
It is without a doubt the most decadent and flamboyant vacation destination in the world. A modern Mayan masterpiece in the heart of the Bahamas. Party central for royals like Fergie and Prince Andrew, Hollywood honchos like De Niro and Connery. Even Oprah visited and later exclaimed, "I'm not living large enough."
Hi, welcome to Nygard Key. We have anything you could possibly imagine. Trampoline out on the water, tennis courts, basketball court, beach volleyball, pool volleyball. Every Sunday we have a pamper party with manicures and pedicures and massages for our guests.
This hideaway of hedonism boasts a 150,000 square foot wonderland of excess. The ocean, the water slides, there's even a human aquarium. Ready to pack your bags? Sorry, this slice of heaven ain't for rent. It's the private utopian bachelor pad of this man, Canada's clothing magnate, Peter Nygard, and entry is by invitation only.
Personally, I enjoy the luxury best when I have friends here with which to share it.
It certainly is big enough, with its 22 bedrooms built without walls, 38 baths, and countless jacuzzis.
I've had this vision in my mind ever since I was a young boy of having an island, have a house on an island.
Hundreds of craftsmen used tons of stone to create this colossal pre-Columbian structure. The Grand Hall alone is 32,000 square feet covered with a 100,000-pound glass ceiling.
I used the Mayas as the inspiration because temples and churches are some of the finest piece of architecture in our history.
All this from a man who barely had a home as a child.
We were poor. I was born in Finland and I moved into Canada when I was a very little boy. We lived in a converted coal bin. We didn't have any running water. Collected bottles when I was 8 years old out of ditches so I could buy drinking water.
Seeking a better life, in 1967, he scraped together an $8,000 investment that would later turn into Canada's #1 clothing manufacturer and North America's #3 in women's clothing.
That latest piece of design that I do, that's my greatest joy.
And with business revenues of $370 million a year, he's smiling all the way to the bank.
That's one of the beauties of making money, is the fact that you can do things for people you love. I love buying my mom everything.
It also affords him the luxury of escaping Canada's cold winters, operating his 12,000-employee empire from the comfort of the Bahamas 6 months out of the year.
And the water, a beach, and discos, and parties, and ambiance, and everything is the ultimate of luxury.
No wonder at the age 62, with a net worth of over $110 million, this clothes horse, workhorse, has earned the right to say it's all Mayan. Coming up, talk about identity theft.
You've got my old image. You got all my clothes.
The stars come out when royalty is in the house. On the town with the king of comedy, Cedric the Entertainer.
It's an interesting video that we were watching. You know, it's amazing what Nygard Key used to be. There are still portions of that left.
Yes.
And your father really wanted to recreate and to restore it back to what it used to be in the halcyon days or the glory days, eh?
Well, I mean, you know, we had a house fire and we didn't get to rebuild. It hasn't been approved. It was over 5 years ago, And now, I mean, next time I should show a video of what it is now. It's rubble now, you know. And he came here, he built his home. He built a beautiful home. And it had a fire, and we haven't been able to rebuild at all again. So
And that is really the genesis of this whole feud.
That's it.
That he applied for permission to rebuild, and there were many obstacles to him rebuilding. His neighbor had some difficulty with him doing what he wanted to do.
yeah, it was a neighbor that came in within the last couple of years, you know. My dad was here, he was building the place. It took 20 years to build, really. He was taking his time and creating this, and it's his hobby, it's his imagination, and it was going as a long process there. And then the neighbor, there was no problem, you know, people would come, the inspectors would come every week and say nothing, you know, come and visit. There was no problem with anything. And then this whole big place gets created, and then all of a sudden the neighbor comes and is having a problem with the rebuild of it because everything seemed to be a problem. Every single thing was a problem, you know.
And then he also sought, I understand, to obstruct access to the quay.
Even the road to get to Nygard Quay, then all of a sudden the neighbor says that's his property, and he put a gate there, and he blocked us out of getting to our property. And I mean, really, you can say these things and you don't know how it feels unless it happens to you, right? And we just saw now at Cabbage Beach that it happened to some people. And you see how those people reacted. There's a whole big thing going on, a whole riot basically happened, right? Almost. And that's how people react when you get blocked off of some place that you should have access to, you know? And so it's easy to talk about these things, I think, as a part of, people might think it's juicy, movie-ish type stuff, but this is our reality. This is happening to us.
And so you had to go to court for access to Nygard Quay.
Yes.
You finally got access to the quay.
Right.
And after you got access to the quay and you wanted to rebuild, there were other obstacles put in your way.
There has been so many obstacles for years. Every time you turn the corner, there's an obstacle. You know, the time that's been spent on this is so draining. We would really like to be spending our time doing positive things, you know, that we do continue to keep on trying to do the next best thing. And it's hard that you keep on getting another hit in the face, basically, you know?
Your father has been quite a philanthropist in the Bahamas, and despite not being able to rebuild his house, despite the problems that he had with seeking to get permission from the government over land that was accreted. He wanted a lease for land that was accreted in the back of your house, because he's basically trying to stop the sand from going into the house and into the marina, right?
Right, exactly. The sand always fills up in the marina, so you always have to clear that sand out. Everybody does it. There's all kinds of marinas all the way along the line, and everybody does it.
Yeah, and the point is, despite all of these obstacles, he was still interested in doing things for Bahamians and assisting Bahamians in achieving the common good. And he had a tremendous love for children, still has, for children, and sponsored many events at Nygard Quay for children from all over New Providence.
Well, I mean, he does, and it's really wonderful. He has a special love for children, athletes, anybody that wants to do something really good with their life. He will help them to do that, to achieve their goals. You know, we love to have children out there just to show them. You know, my dad was a rags to riches story, and he didn't have anything as a child, and he had to work his way from nothing up to the top. And he wrote this speech, and the speech has how to be a success. It has, you know, a point form how to be a success, and we always give that speech to the children, and he likes to bring them there to show them that all their dreams could come true. They just have to work hard and stay focused and have a goal and stuff. So, and you know, and children are so appreciative. You know, you can see the sparkle in their eye when they come there, and the awe, and they're so thankful and they're so happy, and you know that. So those are of course the best people to have there. You know, people that are grateful.
Let's see another video, because I believe this one features some Bahamian children who visited Nygard Key. I believe last summer it was.
Yes.
That you had
this one.
a summer camp.
Yes. Well, this is the Royal Bahamas Police camp kids, and so they came for a day. But we have tons of kids coming over there all the time.
Okay, let's take a look.
Welcome all you kids over here to Nygard Key. We've had Nygard Key here now for over 30 years. I started 30 years ago building this place. It's been a sort of welcoming part of my life. Every time I come over here, I've been able to create this beautiful place. Why I wanted to invite you particularly over here, and I've been doing this over many, many times now, is I wanted you kids to also see what is possible within our lifetime. I started personally from exactly the same position as you have been, coming from the inner cities, except I was even poorer. What I wanted to expose to you was the fact that this kind of place is enjoyed and to be enjoyed by you and can be enjoyed by you, but you particularly have a beach of your own that's perhaps even more beautiful than this. It's over there. That beach all on that side called Clifton, that's your beach. You people own it. You people have it. Don't ever let it go. And I would love to see you guys have every party there every Sunday. In fact, I'm going to make a donation today to your people over here for the purpose of you being able to enjoy that beach every Sunday and have regularized events over here. And I'm going to have it bigger and bigger and bigger. And then I'm going to donate the check to you. Summer camp here, and then the police force over here, you know, for having and for being able to continue on with these programs, and particularly continue on having a program over there. And I support it every which way. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate having you over. Thank you very much.
Nygard Key is awesome. You had a great time. We played tennis, we played basketball, we saw the peacock, so it was nice.
That is an interesting piece there, Bianca, with children enjoying Nygard Key. And you had hundreds of children down there over the summer. Every day you had more and more coming in.
Oh yeah, in the summer, right?
Yes.
We had, we had 100 a week, I think.
100 a week.
Yeah, but we always, those are my favorite events to do. You know, I just love it. We just had the Youth Empowerment Program students there last week, and that was 15 to 18-year-olds, and they had a volleyball tournament and stuff, and it's just wonderful. Children of all ages.
So you've really been sharing Nygard Key with the entire community.
Yeah, well, it's my dad always says it would be no fun like by himself, you know. So he loves to see people come over there.
Yeah. It's been wonderful speaking with you, and we have to take a break here. And when we return, we are going to be seeing another video produced by the Nygard group of the kinds of things that Peter Nygard has been doing in the Bahamas. So let's take this break here on the platform, and when we return, we are going to be seeing a wonderful video that was produced how long ago?
Oh, that's actually a compilation of different videos. So there'll be the Fashion Week video, and then we also had a volleyball tournament with all professional volleyballs from around the world that came there. And then there was also another Entertainment Canada did a show at Nygard Key with my brother.
Very good. Let's take this break, and when we return, we will see all of that good stuff that Bianca spoke about. We take this break, we'll come back.